What if I told you that reality isn't random? That your thoughts are not echoes, but commands? And that an ancient book holds the blueprint to the entire structure of existence? The Kybalion is not just a book. It is a mirror. One that shows you what the world is, and who you truly are beneath it all. For centuries, mystics and sages whispered of 7 hermetic laws unseen forces that govern everything from the movement of galaxies to the rise and fall of your emotions. These laws are not theories. They are the silent architecture of your life. Every desire, every struggle, every synchronicity, it all unfolds according to these timeless principles. And yet, most people never learn them. They chase change on the outside while ignoring the mechanics of creation within. But you're about to remember. In this journey, we will unlock all 7 hermetic laws, not just to understand them, but to align with them. Because the truth is simple. When you live against the laws, life feels like chaos. But when you live with them, reality begins to respond to you, like music follows rhythm. So let's begin at the very foundation. The first law is not just a teaching, it is the secret doorway to all the others. Everything begins in the mind. Not your mind. The mind. The Kybalion opens with a bold truth. The all is mind. The universe is mental. That means the entire cosmos from stars to Celsius, a projection of consciousness. Physical reality is not primary. It is the shadow. The real source is thought. Look around you. Every object in your life, your phone, your clothes, your home, began as an idea. Before it became matter, it was a mental image. And your life is no different. Your circumstances, your patterns, your relationships, all of them are shaped by the dominant thoughts and emotional imprints in your inner world. The universe is like a canvas. Your mind is the brush. Your beliefs are the colors. And whether you realize it or not, you are painting every single moment. But here's the challenge. Most of us are painting unconsciously. We think we're responding to life, but we're actually projecting it. That's why awareness is power. When you realize that everything is mental, you stop fighting the shadows and start working at the source. Your thoughts become prayers, your focus becomes fuel, and your imagination becomes your most sacred tool. You are not a passive observer in this world. You are a conscious architect. So take a breath, and remember, the reality you see is the mirror of the mind you use. Let's move deeper. The Hermetic axiom is simple, yet cosmic. As above, so below. As within, so without. What happens in the stars echoes in the soul. What lives in your heart echoes out into the world. This law reveals that the micro and macro are reflections of one another. Your body is a mini-universe. Your emotions mirror the larger rhythms of the cosmos. When you're disconnected from yourself, life feels chaotic. But when you heal your inner world, the outer begins to shift. This law teaches you to look for patterns. If your life feels stuck, ask, what is repeating? What belief keeps resurfacing? What cycle am I caught in? Because your external reality is not random, it is a response. Want more peace outside? Cultivate stillness inside. Want more clarity in your purpose? Clear the fog of self-doubt within. The law of correspondence whispers that the answers are not far away. They are within, always. So the next time you feel lost, don't just look up, look in. That's where the real navigation begins. Now, let's talk about energy. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. You are not a static being. You are frequency and form. Every emotion you feel emits a vibration. Every thought you think ripples into the field. This law doesn't care what you say. It responds to what you radiate. Say you want love, but vibrate resentment. The law listens to your vibration, not your words. The beauty is you can shift your frequency anytime. Take a deep breath. Place your feet on the earth. Feel genuine gratitude, even for a few seconds. That's alignment. And alignment shifts your world. Music, nature, deep rest, heart-centered presence. These are not luxuries. They're tools for recalibration. So ask yourself, what frequency are you living on? And more importantly, are you tuning it or letting it be tuned for you? Let's explore the power of opposites. There is no such thing as absolute cold, only the absence of heat. There is no true darkness, only the absence of light. And so the Hermetic masters taught, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. This is the law of polarity. Joy and grief, peace and chaos, courage and fear. They are not separate realities. They are different degrees on the same scale. This means you don't have to destroy your fear to find faith. You simply raise its vibration, just like turning a dimmer switch. A breakup and a breakthrough are not enemies. They are reflections of the same soul in transition. This law reminds you, you are not broken because you feel pain. You are powerful because you can transmute it. Anger can become resolve. Sadness can become compassion. Confusion can become curiosity. The key is not resistance. It's transformation. When you stop judging your shadows, they become your teachers. So the next time life feels split between extremes, ask yourself, what is this feeling the low note of? What higher tone can I shift it toward? Because all polarity is potential energy, waiting to be alchemized. Let's now explore the rhythm behind these emotional tides. Just as the ocean has tides, your life has seasons. This is the law of rhythm. Everything flows, out and in. Everything has its tides. Nothing stays the same. Not your joy, not your suffering, not even your sense of self. And that's not a flaw in the universe. It's a feature. The Hermeticists understood that mastery is not about stopping the waves. It's about learning how to surf them. There will be days when you are filled with light. Everything flows. The signs are clear. You feel alive. And there will be days when you feel lost. When everything slows down. When the answers seem far. But when you understand the law of rhythm, you stop panicking during the winter of the soul. You stop clinging to the highs. You stop fearing the lows. Instead, you trust the rhythm. You plant in spring. You harvest in summer. You reflect in fall. And you rest in winter. Wisdom is not about staying high forever. It's about learning what each season offers. So when you're down, don't despair. The tide will rise again. And when you're soaring, remain humble. Because every wave returns to the shore. Now, what about the deeper reason behind those waves? There is no such thing as coincidence. No random luck. Only law. In motion. The Kybalion says, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. What you think becomes a feeling. What you feel becomes a choice. What you choose becomes a pattern. And your patterns shape your destiny. The world is not punishing you. It is reflecting you. You don't attract what you wish for. You attract what you are. And this means something beautiful. You are never a victim of life. You are a participant in creation. Your thoughts are seeds. Your actions are water. Your words are sunlight. And your results are the fruit. So if you don't like your harvest, you don't blame the weather. You change the seed. This law asks you to become radically honest. What are you planting every day, even unconsciously? Is it worry? Is it fear? Is it love? Because the universe is always listening, not to what you say with your mouth, but what you say with your life. Let's now explore the final, most mysterious law. The final Hermetic law is perhaps the most misunderstood. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. But this is not about male and female in the biological sense. This is about the two energies that create everything. The masculine principle is focused, active, decisive. It is the fire that initiates. The feminine principle is intuitive, receptive, nurturing. It is the womb that receives, nurtures, and gives birth. Look around. Creation happens only when these two energies are in harmony. In you, both forces live. When your inner masculine dominates, you push without feeling. You act, but without connection. When your inner feminine dominates, you dream without doing. You feel, but stay stuck. But when they dance together, when intuition meets action, when clarity meets courage, that's when you truly create. Every sacred text hints at this balance. Every mystic tradition honors this union. This law invites you to listen more deeply to both sides within you. The part that knows when to decide, and the part that knows when to receive. You are not just a human being. You are a sacred union of energies. And the more you align them, the more powerful your reality becomes.